Oh my gosh. Alright, second time I'm gonna record this. So, I'm gonna continue with what I was saying. A few days ago, I'm like, warning, there might be some language. I'm gonna try to say dung instead of the S word. It's very hard. I'm very pissed off. Talk about my theater experience. We'll talk about the original Lion King and the new Lion King, which I saw today. This is kind of my review, but it's more of a rant because I just need to talk. So on the way to the theater, I own parts of the soundtrack. I don't own the entire Lion King soundtrack. I probably should get a vinyl of the original Lion King soundtrack. I got my Lion King shirt on. I was just listening to the soundtrack the way over to the theater. I was trying to be open to this movie. I was trying to be objective. I was trying to go, yes, this could be okay. Maybe it's not going to be as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was going in there. And I got to the theater. I looked at my ticket. It said seat 6. I was sitting in between some people. And this one girl, I don't know. She looked like she was my age. But she seemed like sorry if you can hear people talking. There's nothing I can do about it. She seemed like she didn't enjoy the movie. So she was looking at her phone. So the stupid reflection off of her phone is like glaring off. I'm like, really? Come on now. I don't care if you're not enjoying the movie. We all don't have our phones out. Keep your phone off. I don't know what is wrong with some people. Then, this one girl was sitting in a chair with her mom. And this girl was talking. Now, I don't have a problem with children talking. I do have a problem when the adult only tells the child once, doesn't ever take him out. She talked the entire movie. And she never shut up. The mom was like, whatever. Then, the people right next to me, they were like explaining things to their child. They were like having discussions, talking about it, pointing out things in the movie that was obvious. Like, shut up. Shut up. Stop talking. It's a movie. Then this one little girl has like some toy that's like blinking and it's glowing. It's like super distracting. It was super irritating. And all of this on top of a movie that is the movie I hate the most. Congratulations, Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom and Man of Steel and Suicide Squad and Justice League. You are no longer my most hated movies of all time. Emoji Movie, you weren't my most hated movie of all time. You're just the worst movie of all time. This was the biggest piece of dung I've ever seen. Okay? I was worried it was going to be shot for shot. And it was, kind of. But what they did is they shortened Be Prepared. Which is my favorite song in the original. I got sensational news. I love that song in the original movie. It's the best song in the original movie. Jeremy Irons' Scar is amazing. I don't know why the hell you bring back, James Earl Jones as Mufasa if you're not going to bring back Jeremy Irons. The new guy that got to play Scar sucked so bad. His voice acting, his singing, it was terrible. All the dialogue in this movie was terrible. All the ones that they were not taken from the original movie. They pointlessly extended scenes. I mean, there were so many children, I think, that were just bored. And I think it was because they kept extending the scenes longer and adding more dialogue. It's just the same movie again. They just didn't change anything. It was just garbage. There were entire moments where characters were like talking, their mouth movements weren't meshing. Like Mufasa said a couple lines in the movie and they didn't mash up with what he was saying. It was probably the worst. Like, people are going to go see this because of how cool the CGI looks and they love the original Lion King. CGI looks cool until you realize that the mouth movements aren't matching up. And some people may say that's a nitpick. It's not a nitpick. I wasn't even looking for that when I was watching this. Something I noticed, and it was like, get that taste out of my mouth. And this movie gave me new appreciation for the original Lion King, because I was noticing in the original Lion King certain like facial expressions and things on their faces and certain things like that. And it was pretty cool because I was like, oh, they're conveying this emotion. And when I'm looking at these lines, I'm like, you're just a lion. I can't see how you're feeling. I can't understand how you're feeling. I mean, and then can you feel the love tonight takes place at daytime? It's freaking Can You Feel the Love Tonight? I'm pretty sure it's called Can You Feel the Love Tonight because it takes place at nighttime. Hello? And some people were saying Seth Rogen and Pumbaa and Timon were highlights. No, they just weren't to me. They were just annoying. They had annoying dialogue. Some of it didn't make sense. Like they sang "Be Our Guest" in the Beauty and the Beast, from Beauty and the Beast. How would they even know that? Then they call Zazu a puffin, and they live in freaking Africa? What would they know? How would they know what a puffin is? I know that sounds like a nitpick, but it's just stupid. Like, that's what I mean. There's stupid dialogue like that. There's dialogue in the movie that didn't need to be there, and it just was garbage. I didn't like it. I don't recommend seeing it, and I never want to see this movie again. I never want to see any Disney live-action remake again, but I review movies weekly now, so I have to. So, yeah, I did not enjoy this piece of dung. Piece of dung. That's exactly what this is. Piece of dung. And that's more accurate because there's actual dung in the movie. And I want to go bleach my eyes now. So bad. I want to go bleach my eyes. They sting right now from all the pain and suffering that I went through in this movie. Worst film I've ever seen. Well, actually, that's not true. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen. It's just the worst movie that when it comes to my own personal enjoyment. Objectively speaking, it's probably Emoji Movie. That's probably the worst movie ever made. Well, I haven't seen The Room, keep in mind you. So, yeah, take that with a grain of salt. I don't go out of my way to watch really, really terrible movies. I'm just letting you know that. Because I don't like to see movies I know I won't like. That's just not my thing. But after Toy Story 4, I've been trying to give movies a chance. And this did not deserve that chance. It's a manipulative piece of garbage. Everything. And there was a Beyonce song in one of the scenes. Like some stupid Beyonce pop song. Look, I like Beyonce, okay? Yes, I'm not afraid to admit that on camera. I like freaking Beyonce, okay? But this movie had like a Beyonce song for no reason in the middle of this whole sequence. I'm like, what the heck? Why can't you just put the original score? I mean, you're using the score from the original movie anyways. It was just like, everything that I mildly enjoyed was the score. And that was like, okay, but I enjoyed the score in the original. So it's just the score from the original. And I knew it was all going to be the same songs because when I looked at the soundtrack on YouTube, because by the way, Disney releases their soundtracks on YouTube, it had all the same artists except for Beyonce. Don't know why Beyonce was on it. I do now, but I freaking hate Beyonce. I freaking hate that song. I don't hate Beyonce, I hate that song. Nobody can ever diss on Beyonce for me. Beyonce is amazing, okay? Beyonce is the best. Fight me. So yeah.